Yo, what's good, TDK Nation? We back. Another pick video. Last week we was 3-2 on the year, 28-26, 3-8, 3-8 on upset of the week. Slight struggle. Um, this week, this is gonna be a great week. We got a lot of games. We're gonna start with the. I guess this game kind of is almost a birth into the Big 12 championship in Oklahoma at Baylor. Baylor got beat last week against TCU. TCU is dealing with a lot of nonsense in terms of their coaches got fired, and they got a whole bunch of issues on the offensive end. Quarterback, O-line shifts around. It's a mess. TCU is a mess, and they lost. So I don't know that Baylor is going to be able to, get it together for this game. But OU hasn't been clean either. They almost lost to Kansas. If it wasn't for Caleb Williams snatching the ball out of the boys' hands at the end of the game. That game is a loss to Kansas for OU. So that's like both teams have struggled. Caleb Williams, though, he has a chance to make more of a case for his Heisman. It's going to be hard for him anyway because his stats ain't up to par just because he ain't started the season. And OU, they do get a chance to prove themselves as a committee. They're being violated right now. They're ranked 8th in their undefeated Power 5. They're one of 2 undefeated Power 5s. Like, I think they should be ranked 2, to be honest. Like, just because everyone struggled. Like, you can't say that any team is better than another team that had a team with a loss is better than a team that hasn't lost if both teams have struggled throughout the season. So I don't understand why OU's not top 4. I don't know why they're not top 2, but that is what it is, I guess. Next game we're gonna go. And I'm picking OU for sure on the road. Next game I'm going to 19th ranked Purdue at 4th ranked Ohio State. OSU, we struggled with Nebraska last week, no cap. Garrett Wilson didn't play though. Is he going to be back for this game? We don't know. I don't even think they released the details on the injury, so I don't even understand why he didn't play. But hopefully he can play this game. You know what I'm saying? Jackson Smith and Jigba, he had a career game last week. 15 receptions, 240 yards. I want to say he had 2 touchdowns. He spazzed out. Can he do it again for this nearly unstoppable Buckeyes offense? And Purdue, they do have 2 top 5 wins this season, though. Against Michigan State and Iowa. Can they do it again? Can they get 3 top 5 wins in one season? That would be insane. And, they've done it before. Shout out Rondale Moore. But let's see. I'm going with Ohio State. I think that this team is good enough, strong enough, tough enough to, win this game. And, hopefully they do go out there and win the game. You know what I'm saying? Next game we have NC State at 12th ranked Wake Forest. NC State's ranked 16th. Wake Forest, they have one of the best offenses in the country. Their biggest issue, though, is they have one of the worst defenses. Like, they legit let I want to say 59 points or 62. Some insane amount of points above 55 last week to North Carolina, who has struggled throughout the year. They're 5-4. But Wake took their first L of the season in a non-conference game against the ACC team last week because they decided to schedule a home-and-home with the team in the conference because yeah. But basically, Wake, they have a big game here because if they don't win this game, they're likely not going to the conference championship game, the ACC conference championship, because NC State essentially secures a win. Secures a bid in the championship with a win here. Wake Forest, if they win, they got a little bit more work to do, but they're fine. They're obviously undefeated in conference play right now, but this head-to-head could kill Wake Forest's hopes, especially since NC State's remaining schedule is kind of easy in the ACC. Wake Forest's remaining schedule is a little bit harder, and they got to play Clemson and stuff. But this is a big game for both teams. Obviously, I think Wake can outscore them and will outscore them. I think Wake is going to win the game. That delayed RPO offense is really hard to stop. Just in general, like we've seen them bomb teams all season, just because safeties get undisciplined because they're holding the ball in a handoff position for so long. Next game we're going to talk about is unranked Minnesota at 20th ranked Iowa. Why is Iowa so ranked? I don't know. I don't have the answers. I'm not Roman. Iowa has struggled recently. Minnesota lost to Illinois last week after scoring 6 points. Minnesota has a lot of improvement to do. This can be the downfall of them. Like, they have this letdown every year where they just lose one game randomly and then just, forget how to win. This happened that year when they had Tyler Johnson and Rashad Bateman, and they were, ranked 7th or 8th in the country, and then they just, choked, 3 straight games late in the season, didn't even make the Big Ten championship. Will they do that again? I don't know. They're first in the Big Ten West right now. This is a big game for them. They do have to play Wisconsin last game of the season in that rivalry game. So we'll see if they can win that. But this game is more important for them right now. Obviously, it's Iowa. Like this is a game against a ranked team, and you have a chance to not only put yourself in the rankings, but put yourself in the driver's seat for a championship game appearance. So we'll see what they can do there. Uh, I was also struggling recently though, but I'm gonna go with the Gophers. I'm gonna go with Minnesota. I think that they can win this game. I think that they can fight. They can fight. They can bounce back. And this is a team that has to play with a lot of heart. Their best player was out for the season week 1, so this team's got to play hard, and they've been doing that all year. They lost last game, but I think they bounced back this game. Upset of the week, Tom. You already know what time it is. Ole Miss or I think it's actually at Ole Miss. I think it's Texas A&M at Ole Miss, but I'm gonna go with Ole Miss over A&M. Texas A&M, they have probably the most impressive win of the college football season so far against Bama. We all know that. We know Ole Miss. They're gonna have to prove to us that they can win big games. I don't know that they can, but I think that they have a good chance to win this game. Lane Kiffin needs to understand this. You can't go for every fourth down. That's not how you win football games in the SEC. Sometimes you have to kick a field goal. Sometimes you have to punt the ball. I know that's hard for Lane to take in, but this is what happens. It has to happen. Someone had to say it. And if Texas A&M can run the ball enough, they should win this game, though. And I don't think that Jimbo's really going to be able to do that, just because he has done it recently. We all know Jimbo likes throwing the ball a lot. I mean, last year we saw that they barely ran it last year when they had Kellen on. So we'll see. I'm going to take Ole Miss in that game. And, yeah, Isaiah Spiller and Jalen Weidemeyer should go off. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm out of here, y'all.